lovely day!
Welcome to Flat Earth Debate Live. I'm your host, Nathan Oakley, and if you are new to this channel, or you've not done so already, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification icon to keep up to date with the Flat Earth Debate. If you would like to support this channel, there is a super chat that runs alongside each of these shows while they premiere. There's also a PayPal, Patreon and crypto link in the info box below this video. Most importantly though, if you would like to join the discussion, simply mute the page you are currently watching, then click the link in the info box below this video to join the panel and express your views on the shape of the Earth. If you do join, please don't swear. If you do, you'll be ejected, and if you are, please don't try to rejoin the stream using sock accounts. You'll be warmly welcome back on the next stream. Please also share the show on social media. Sharing the show obviously increases the live audience, but this in turn increases the chances of a more diverse panel. So please share the show. And one last time, if you're new to the channel or you've not done so already, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification icon to keep up to date with the Flat Earth Debate. Now we are joined by Sleeping Warrior. How are you doing?
Woo! I'm good. I'm good.
Excellent stuff. It's only you and I. Should we rattle through housekeeping before we get a load of people in?
Do you want to get through it really quick so that we just pass it, or do you want to get through it like proper?
No, I want to get through it really quick. So on which channel? It would be the Nathan Oakley channel. The show that I put out today, I actually went to the effort of digging it out just because I knew it was in the list of like 3 months worth of videos that I'd put up while I had all those copyright strikes. Not that I haven't still got them. Anyway, that aside, when I put all those videos up, I had a vague idea what was where and what was in there, and I knew one of them had Jose basically like full bore, you know, full on flat earther, and what the Globers don't do this and what the Globers don't do that, and all that sort of stuff. So I thought, oh, I'll dig that out because it'll be comical. Plus, it's still relevant. It's very, very recent. It was like one of the very earliest shows from going from Nathan Oakley 1980 channel live to the Nathan Oakley channel live, and just mirroring it on Nathan Oakley. Not that I do either of those now with the copyright strikes that are still in place. So it's I'm gonna moan. Well, I can't contain myself. I'm just gonna start twitching if I don't moan about this. It's a shitload of work. You know, I'm absolutely bugger all time to myself. There's loads of stuff that I'm getting behind on. I'm poor as hell. So there we go. Moaning. I tell myself not to do this live. My point being, to cheer, I'm just going to get to the end of my point. To cheer myself up, I thought, yeah, I like Jose, and I still do. I'm not going to lie, he's a good guy. I sent it to him in the chat on this very show that broadcast just before this one on Nathan Oakley. You know, it cheered me up to think of Jose in a very literal way being something that I've struggled to actually call him, and I can't help it, and I hate it because it's Alan that's actually come up with it. But, you know, being the flip-flop that he is, because he's basically flip-flop in such an overt way that it is now comical. I mean, it's beyond comical when you hear him from a couple of months ago. So that really did cheer me, as you can probably hear, that cheered me up in amongst me going, well, I can't stream on my main channel, and I'm not making as much money, and loads of money's gone from January, and basically I was just a bit bitter, and I hate that. I don't want that to spill into these shows. I'd rather be much happier. And I hate to say it, Jose, but you and your flip-flopping was the thing to cheer me up. So thank you very much. Big shout out to Jose. Really appreciate it.
So, just reading an email, I was just totally outside. Oh yeah, what we need to do, Nathan, is we keep getting people in chat asking, where does the show get recorded live? So what you need to do is state what we're doing, what the date and time is now for the recording of the live show, where it's being recorded live, and then what happens, because obviously people watching the re-up and not getting it, they're not listening properly or whatever.
Hey Chocolate, how you doing?
Good morning.
Okay, hey. Well, I'll do that now, Anthony, just so it's out of the way. So this channel now, you're obviously watching this when you're watching it. Let's just see how many people, not very many I doubt. 33 people watching. So the 33 people who are actually watching this live right now, which isn't now when you hear this, is on a channel called Flat Earth Debate. Now that's a temporary channel. It's probably only going to be doing this for the next 10 days. Hence the reason I've not promoted it. So I even reluctantly gave up the address to Jaron. That said, I have put the link right at the bottom of the info box. So in both the re-up on Nathan Oakley 1980 and Nathan Oakley, which goes out quite late, or probably mid-afternoon for the Americans, whatever, late for me. Those shows will have a link to this channel, the one we're actually broadcasting on as we speak, and that's called Flat Earth Debate. So yeah, just check out the info box if you do want to, for the next 10 days, watch the shows live. But as soon as they finish live, I turn them off, so they instantly die. Hence, you don't hear me going on and on, shilling and asking for people to share the show. In the chats, I do, so people will see me in the Nathan Oakley chat later on, probably, although I'm doing things this afternoon. That aside, generally you'll see me in the chat going, please share the show, please share the show, please share the show, like a stuck record. And I say the same thing as I will in the chat, which is we are, and we know we are, being censored at the moment. So it is absolutely critical that we share these shows. And I don't just shill for myself. If I'm in someone else's chat, I genuinely am that stuck record, because I'll be in someone else's chat saying, did anybody actually share this? Because often it's the case that people don't. Regulars are the worst culprits. So they'll go in, they'll watch the show, yeah, thumbs it up because it's dead easy, they can do that while they're watching. But will they actually go to the extent of navigating away from the show they're watching, clicking on share, scrolling along to Facebook, clicking Facebook, typing something nice, watching Patricia Steer live now, share, and then come back to the show? Well, the chances are most people actually don't do that. So I'll be in there with a load of regulars going, did any of you actually share this? And the honesty is amazing, because like it's the people you know who'll go, oh yeah, I've just shared it. In other words, you didn't. It's like, thank you very much for sharing. It should be the real attitude, but yeah, you didn't.
Kill them all! Slice their faces! Kill them
Hello.
all!
Hey clone, how you doing? Kill the ball.
What's good?
Slice their faces!
Kill the ball. But I don't think you can kill a ball. I mean, you could technically shoot a football maybe if you really hated it.
I hate motherfucking globies!
No need. Ah, right, you've got to go. Please don't swear. Anyway, where were we before we were so rudely interrupted with foul language?
So were you telling people where they can find the original, the live recording?
No, I was obfuscating the point so that I didn't have to promote it. But well done! It is in the info box below this video, right at the bottom. Link to Flat Earth Debate. I think I've mislabeled it as Flat Earth Debate Live channel, but it technically is Flat Earth Debate Live. So yeah. Anyway, but it's only going to be there for the next 10 days, so it's going to, with a bit of luck, be rebroadcast on the Nathan Oakley channel. Hopefully a week on Saturday, maybe a little over 10 days.
Okay then. Chocolate.
What's up, sir?
How are you doing?
I'm at work, you know.
Have you? Well, let's go through housekeeping. Let's rattle that off.
I don't mind. How long? We've only been on the air for 5 minutes, so yeah, that's fair enough. Hey, Arwen.
Hey.
Sorry for losing my rag with you yesterday. I listened back and I was I was out of order. Sorry.
Pardon?
Yesterday, Arwen was just joining in and I jumped right all over him, and it was misdirected rage. A bit like Fight the Flat Earth. Anyway, that aside. So my misdirected rage, which was obviously directed in the, I'm smiling straight away, Chocolate's victim, unorthodox. You know, I'd actually latched on to Chocolate's point and then told you off for trying to hijack what I called my point, and it wasn't. It was Chocolate's. Chocolate did all the slaying, and yeah, so I owe Arwen an apology, and that's my apology. Hey, Mo P2, how you doing?
Hello.
Good to have you.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, so let's do housekeeping, otherwise it will tail into the show too much. So, any signs of curvature, gentlemen?
No, but I'd like to know what Mopey thinks. Mopey, have you got any evidence of curve?
I don't have an evidence of the curve, but I do have a bit of a problem concerning the sun, about why it goes over the horizon. I don't see how you can explain that.
What do you mean? How the sun goes? Hold on.
It's the next question.
No. Hold on. So you have a problem with what the sun does. Who cares?
Yeah.
Go and see a sun psychiatrist. Do you have a claim about the sun?
No,
hang
it's simply you see.
Nathan,
there's
allow
one
me.
part of the Earth.
Allow
There's one
me.
part of the Earth which is in the sun, and another which is in the dark.
All
We'll
right.
agree on that.
All right, let me do this, Nathan. So, what's the claim? Are you saying that the sun Are you saying that the sun sets proves ball, right?
I say that it seems completely incompatible with a flat Earth.
All right. So what's the cause for the sun setting then?
Well, on the ball Earth, it goes around, so you can't see it anymore. I don't see how you can
Yeah,
explain
but
this
what's
on
the
the flat
cause?
Earth.
That's the effect. What's the cause of it?
The cause of it is the Earth spinning.
Ah, right. Great. So how would we establish that the Earth is spinning or not?
No, that's not the question. I'm
Well, it is.
saying
It is.
simply.
Your
I'm
question is
simply asking
how is
you.
the... No, hang on. So let me. Your question is how
Hold
is
me
the
a second,
sun?
Anthony.
Explain
I'm
it.
really sorry. Hold on. Hey, Mudflood. How you doing? Can you hear us? Mudflood?
Hello.
Hello. Good to have you. Go ahead, Anthony.
Can you tell me about the world?
Sound like a troll. I'm just going to risk that you are and kick you out.
Yeah, because there is a budding conversation here at the minute.
Yeah.
So we've got to the point where sun setting is perceived to be caused by Earth spin. So then,
Yeah.
to prove Earth spin, we need a little bit of science, right?
Right, I'm not actually saying there's. I'm not actually trying to say the Earth is spinning. I'm trying to.
Oh.
Well,
Oh, well, then
actually
who cares?
wondering how you explain it.
We
by
don't.
saying
We
it-
don't. We don't.
saying
We don't.
You don't.
So, we don't. How do you explain crop rotation in New Zealand? Do you know how to explain that? It's a random.
crop rotation.
So you're just asking me to explain something that randomly happens. So you don't have a claim about it. It doesn't prove anything. You're not saying it proves Earth spin. You've just got a random question about stuff that you see in the sky. Is that the point?
Speak up.
No, I'm actually. It's just. It seems. Well, it seems actually impossible to explain. By at the same time saying the Earth is flat. So I was wondering what your explanation was.
Okay.
About that.
Well, we're trying to get through to it, so let's go back to it simply, right?
But why?
The phenomenon-
Sorry, I'm a bit confused. Why do we need to explain what's happening with the sun?
He's asking the question.
You don't need to explain anything. It's just, it's interesting to learn about stuff. So
Okay.
you try and explain it.
Nathan, let me allow me on this.
I know you want to. I know you want to talk about it, Anthony. But this is a debate about the shape of the Earth. So if you're saying it doesn't prove anything and it doesn't matter, you've just got a random question about the sun. I don't understand the point.
I imagine if you can't actually explain the sun disappearing over the horizon,
I can.
and the Earth being
hold on.
flat, then that proves the Earth is not flat.
No, it does not.
No, it doesn't.
That does not prove anything. So if I say you not proving, hold on, you not proving crop rotation in New Zealand proves some random point that I make prior to that. No.
No, you're moving the problem. We're talking about the sun.
Why is it a problem?
And
Why is it a
the
problem?
horizon, not talking
Why
about
is
crop
it a
rotation.
problem? Why is it a problem? You explain the specifics of the problem that you think we've got. Not that we've made any claim about what the sun's doing. You're now strawmanning us, but I'm entertaining your strawman. I want you to explain in detail the problem you see.
Right. So let's assume the Earth is flat. One part of it is in the sun, another one is in the dark. Now,
Sorry, no,
how is
hold on.
that-
I'm already slightly lost. So let's assume it's flat. That doesn't tell us anything about anything in terms of where the sun is. What do you mean? Assuming it's flat doesn't give us any geographical locations of anything, does it?
No. If you let me speak, I'll get to that.
Well, okay. You just said if it's flat, the sun will be. Hold on. Just stop talking. I'm trying to establish your claim. If the Earth is flat, one part will be in dark, one part will be in light. That makes no sense. There's no connection between the two
I'll
unless
start
you've got
again,
geographical.
make it
You're still
clearer.
talking. You've got no connection unless you've got a geographical layout. So, are you going to strawman us with a map now? Hello, Shruminati.
Illuminati. Is that the real you? Speak
Hello,
up.
Shroomy. Hello.
Shroomy never
He's gonna snipe us. Or not.
I don't know.
Shroomy either.
I think he just said something.
I can read it.
Okay, you can
Yeah,
stay
we
for
can
now,
hear you.
Shroomy.
Hello,
Try not to
Shroomy.
interrupt too much. So, are you trying to strawman us with a map with geographical locations that you claim are directly associated to whether or not the Earth is flat? That's a strawman.
Wait, let me start again to make it clearer. So, We all agree on the fact that at the same moment in time, one part of the Earth is in the sun, another one is in the dark. Now, how is that possible on the flat Earth? Except
We're
if the
jumping-
I
sun
want
is
to
a
answer this
projector.
question, please.
Okay.
Hang on, we're jumping the gun.
No. He's
Surely
asked,
that-
Anthony, hold on, please. Hold on. He's asked a question. He's asked a question. Right, on screen now. Right, can you see what's on screen now? If not, click on my thumb.
A setting sun, is that it?
Okay, yes, excellent. So where we are, there's darkness. Where the sun is, which is over there, where the cars are travelling, in that direction, they've still got the sun over there, beyond that hill. So there's so does that explain it?
No.
Well, it does, quite concisely. Over here, darkness. Over where the sun is, light. That's pretty simple, isn't it? You see it going over that hill? You see it going over that hill? Yeah? Well, this side of the hill can't see the sun anymore. That side of the hill can.
Yeah, okay, I agree on that. But
Excellent. So your point's pointless. So you're claiming that you can't have dark and light on a flat plane. Total and utter rubbish. Means nothing. Doesn't prove anything.
it does. Let me
Why?
say something.
I've just explained it. You had a question. How is that possible on a flat Earth? I've just explained it. The sun's over there. It's not over here. Simple.
Yeah, but that's not how perspective works.
Who mentioned perspective? On screen now, the sun's over there, isn't it? It's over there. It's not over here. Right, so we've got darkness over here. And meanwhile, over there, the sun. They've still got it. They've still got a line of sight with it. In that direction. Simple.
Yep.
End of explanation.
That doesn't prove anything.
I said that at the start, you dumbass. I said this proves nothing. I've had to explain simple stuff like the sun's over there, visually sodding obvious if you look at it, and you're saying it proves nothing. Yeah, that's why I said this proves nothing.
Right. If
I strawman you with some bullshit map, is that what's coming next? If I strawman you with a map, is that what's coming next?
What do you mean by that?
Are you going to strawman us with a map next?
Yeah, I got the sentence. What do you mean by that?
shopping.
Was that Shroom? Did you have something interesting to interject with, or was that just a random ejaculation?
It's a random ejaculation in your face.
Not in my face. That would make it graphically vulgar. Let's kick you out. Look up the word ejaculation. So, are you going to strawman us with a map next?
Yeah, I got that. What do you mean concretely by that? I don't understand what the concrete actions you mean by that.
Which part of the sentence don't you understand?
Strawman you with a map. What is strawmanning someone?
Misrepresenting them with an argument that seems related to the topic, what is the shape of the Earth, and then setting it on fire to making it seem like you've won an argument, when in fact you have presented a seemingly associated subject, not necessarily claimed by me, so you can set it on fire. Now that would be the strawman explanation. The map. I hadn't quite finished. My bad. Obviously, the ignorant person needs to talk before I've finished. Now, the map bit is a map. Now, if you're going to do that, that would be a reification fallacy, as we do not subscribe to any map, and we do not know the locations of any geographical things on the plane.
Okay. I see. I'm not going to use a map.
Oh, that would have been a much easier no.
Okay, I was just trying to understand what you were telling me. So
Excellent. So,
understand what
I
you're
assume
saying.
you're a globehead. What evidence do you have for your spinning ball religion?
No, I don't actually have any of that. I only consider I have evidence that the Earth is not flat because of the sun. Why doesn't the sun vanish in the horizon, becoming smaller and smaller?
Okay, I'll have to stop you there. Sorry. Evidence that the Earth is not flat.
Let me finish, please.
No, because what you are presenting is called an argument from ignorance fallacy. Do you need me to explain this fallacy like I explained the straw man fallacy? I'm happy to explain an argument from ignorance fallacy if you, the ignorant one, can shut up long enough. I will interrupt somebody who is fallacious. Currently, that's you, Sunshine. Fallacious. I'm stopping you, not because I'm rude, but because you are fallacious. Also ignorant, as you don't know you're being fallacious, and I need to explain it to you each time. So I will absolutely interrupt you and get to the end of my sentence every time you are fallacious on this panel. Okay, Sunshine?
Yes, darling. Come on.
Don't call me darling.
Don't call me Sunshine.
My name's Nathan. Call me darling again, I eject you. I consider that an ad hominem fallacy. Do you know what an ad hominem fallacy is?
I do.
Right. Don't call me darling.
Why do you call me Sunshine?
Because you're a young lad, clearly, from the timbre of your voice.
Yeah?
Yes, Sunshine. So, don't call me darling, Sunshine.
Valuable?
I'll point out when you're fallacious, and I'll ask my question again, because you haven't answered it. You have obfuscated. So what is your evidence for your spinning ball religion? I don't expect an argument from ignorance fallacy about what you want to disprove as not being in existence.
Right, I understand. I've already answered your question, actually, but I'll repeat it. I'll repeat my answer. I said I did not. I said I considered I had evidence against flat Earth, not that I had evidence for globe Earth.
Oh, well, we already took your sun nonsense to pieces.
Well, how? No, because you don't actually explain it.
Sorry, have I made a claim about the sun? Sorry, have I made a claim? Or is this, again, another straw man fallacy? Do I need to explain the straw man fallacy again? I've not made any claim about what the sun does, have I? So are you going to now offer up an argument that I haven't made and dismantle that? That would be a straw man fallacy. As explained, I'm still talking, Sunshine. Didn't your mother teach you manners that you still live with?
You are actually the one who interrupts me the most.
Yeah, I'm the host of the show, and I understand fallacies. You are a dick.
I see. Is that how you convince people? Anyway,
Convince people of what? I've not made any claims. Again, convince people of what? I've not made any claims.
Nathan,
what I've done,
Nathan.
third time. I'll try it again while he interrupts me non-stop. I'll try it again. I'm asking you for your argument. And you're saying, I've come with straw men. So, are you actually going to present an argument for your spinning ball religion?
Right. So, my argument is not directly in favour of globe Earth. It's rather against flat Earth. Is that on a flat Earth, the sun should disappear into the horizon because of perspective. Do you not agree?
Doesn't it?
No, it doesn't. It stays the same shape.
Hang on.
It stays the same
Let
size.
me have this.
Shape. Oh, the shape.
Let me ask this guy a
You're
couple of
assuming it's
questions.
a physical object, then, are you?
Oh, we've got a conflict.
Yeah.
Vote in the chat. Who needs to take this guy on, Arwin or
Okay,
Anthony?
yeah,
Vote
last
1
time-
for
last time
Arwin.
we
Vote
did,
2 for
yeah,
Anthony.
yeah,
Who needs to
started
smash the
discussing-
skies? Hold on. Chat. There's a few of you in here. 102! My God, there's a lot of people watching. Yeah, say in the chat who needs to actually smash this guy. Arwin or Anthony?
Hello.
Number 1, Arwin.
My name
Number
is
1,
Mara-
Arwin. 2, 2, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2. Oh, it's even Steven. It's even Steven. I'm going to vote Anthony. It's even Steven, I'm afraid. Sorry, Arwin. Anthony was first.
Yeah. So, okay, so we see what we can describe as a sunset. But hang on, we've got that get woke gee. We need to make sure you're a legit person.
Allah Akbar, himdalaha, 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 himdalaha.
So we see a sunset, right? And we're told that the sunset is caused by Earth spin, right?
Yeah.
What evidence do you accept, or what evidence are you aware of that the Earth spins?
I'm not actually. I think you're misunderstanding me. I'm not giving.
Whoa!
any evidence to back up
I'm not
that
misunderstanding. It's a really simple concept. We're trying to
Right, but I'm not
establish
actually-
We're trying to establish what is your position, and at the minute we're just trying to see where are you in the discussion. We're not trying to attack you. We're just trying to see where you're at. Do you have any evidence that you accept, or do you just believe that it's caused by the Earth spin?
I believe it's caused by the Earth spin, but
but you have no evidence for it, right?
Let's say I have indirect.
So on this point, let's not go any further until you do have some evidence to support the assertion that the Earth is spinning that's causing that what we see. Because unless you've got something to support it, there's no conversation here.
Just wait. That's the evidence in question was the one we were just debating.
What's the evidence in question?
Hey man, what's up, dude?
Horizon. Now, if you can prove me that's not evidence, and the sun is not made of matter, and that changes everything. Then
so the sun goes below the horizon. So you assume that.
I'm sorry, I've got to do it again, Anthony. That's an argument from ignorance fallacy. It's an argument from ignorance fallacy again. I've already said that's an argument from ignorance fallacy.
Listen, the position is this: if you believe, you're entitled to believe. We're trying to establish the cause. We're trying to establish, is the Earth spinning that's causing what we see? There is no science that proves that the Earth spins. All of the science indicates that the lights above us are what's moving at 15 degrees an hour. Baltards believe that it's because people like Bob from Globebusters, that's got a €15,000 fibre optic gyroscope that measures light spinning, believe that that proves that the Earth spins, but it's measuring light. Well, we already see the light spinning at 15 degrees an hour. We don't need a fibre optic gyro to work that out. However, the fibre optic gyro that Bob has from Globebusters isn't supported by mechanical gyros that do measure the momentum. They don't show the 15 degrees an hour. If the Earth really was spinning, you would expect both gyroscopes to do the same thing. The one that measures light measures the light. Right. The one that measures momentum doesn't measure the momentum. So basically, the only evidence that we can find in science that anything does anything is it indicates that it's the stars that are moving above our head, but we have a set of eyes to see that. We don't need to come to that conclusion because we can do it without any tools. We see the stars moving. So what's the evidence? And if you haven't got any, then the conversation goes no further. We can speculate if you wish, but if you haven't got evidence to support the perception or the belief that you have, you're entitled to your belief. But we're trying to find out the cause. We're trying to do a little bit of science.
Yep. Right. So I say the only way, I mean, you can't have a flat Earth and the sun not changing in size going over the horizon.
In your opinion.
What? Why?
If you can explain that to me.
Listen, we're not the one that claims that it's
same thing over again. You're still basing your reasoning on the assumption that the sun is a physical object in the first place. It should decrease and increase in size depending on its literal location in relation to the position of the Earth. Well, you have no proof that that is the case. Because all what we really get to see is the sun apparent disk, where this light is coming from, and see it at the edge of our vision, wherever that may be.
So you mean the light
an apparition.
Appears out of nowhere. Light appears out of nowhere, and sometimes it gets bigger, and sometimes it gets smaller.
No, it does not.
Can you guys share my screen or see my screen? I'm going to show you a video.
There's some refraction effects or whatever, atmospheric likely, but it does not travel into the distance. And yeah, at the horizon, it stays pretty much the same scale. And it's going to disappear into or behind whatever is there. If there's a mountain, then it'll go behind it. If there is an ocean line where the optical slants start and everything beyond that is a mirage, then it will go behind that apparent horizon.
Sorry,
it's
Paul.
An apparition. It's not
with me a second.
physically, literally there.
Okay, so Paul wants to share something.
Isn't there?
What is it you want to share, Paul?
I've got a illustration that Rob Skiba did on showing how the sun can set and even maintain its size through atmospheric magnification.
Okay, if you want to make it full screen, Rob Skiba's not going to copyright strike me. But if you can make it full screen, please.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll play the video. I got it muted. You can just watch it.
Perfect. Now, can you guys let him respond? Arwin, you've monologued him. Anthony's monologued him. I've monologued him. Hopefully he'll actually have listened to some of it and have a response to some of it. If not, there's going to need to be stuff repeated.
He's here showing it without without magnification, showing it without it. I think then he'll show it with the magnification. I'll go and jump a little bit forward here. Here's the magnification. This is all on a flat surface. He did this with a magnifying, I forget what you call it, the magnifying screen. And it literally sets and maintains its same size over a flat surface.
Cool, very good.
So it's possible to have a sunset maintain the same size on a flat surface.
Absolutely.
We didn't have to qualify that, but there we go. Good that we've done it.
Okay, that's you've got a point, but I don't think that proves anything. Kind
of like I said when the reverse was done by you, doesn't prove anything. Right, that was my point. That was my opening point with you, wasn't it? Why are we discussing these things no one's making claims about?
Now, just wait. You could see in the magnified part that everything around was distorted, right? And it was not clear. You could not see things. You cannot distinguish things easily from the rest, which you can do for the sun at all times. I don't think you can actually use that comparison.
Whatever. This proves nothing. Who cares?
It works in the lab, but it doesn't work in real life.
Who cares? Does it prove we're spinning? Does it prove we're on a sphere? Does it prove that space is real? No.
No, I'm not making any of those.
So who cares? Do you want to go to some other platform to just have little chit chats about what the sun does? Because I haven't got a clue, and you haven't got a clue. Unless you've got a claim about what it does do.
Was I right in understanding that you're saying the Earth does not obey the laws of perspective?
Sorry, sorry, did someone on the panel say those words, or is this the third straw man of this asshole's visit? Did someone on the panel say those words? Sorry, answer my question. Just listen. Did somebody on the panel say that? Did somebody on the panel say that?
I didn't hear anything like that.
I didn't say anything like that.
I'm asking him. He's the one who's claimed it. Is this another straw man that you're trying to set fire to here? Another straw man?
No, I'm trying to be the most honest possible, really. It's just when Arwin spoke, saying the Earth, the sun, isn't made of matter, and that changes everything. It doesn't obey the laws of perspective.
No, it didn't say that. That's a straw man. No, it definitely does obey the laws of perspective because it is light.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry, we don't claim it's.
There's no proof of physicality.
Right. There's no claim of physicality. There's no proof of physicality. So.
And what does that change?
If you're a globe head, think it's a. My kid's talking right into the mic. I'm sorry.
I think what Eleanor was trying to say was that in your model, the sun is a physical thing up there.
Yeah.
And we have no actual proof of that.
Okay. But what does that change?
Everything. If your model claims that it's a physical object that we can get to and study and things like that, well, that changes because if that hasn't happened yet, that's a problem, isn't it?
That's a problem for the... Yeah, okay, I see. But that doesn't prove anything for Flat Earth, does it?
Doesn't prove the globe model either.
No, I know. I'm not trying to prove the globe model.
Well, here's the thing, though. We're not trying to make any claims. Here, we're not trying to make any claims about the flat Earth model because we don't really pertain.
Maybe we should rephrase the question. What is it you are trying to prove?
I was just about to ask the same question, Arwin. Well said. So, why are you here exactly?
to say the Earth isn't flat because.
Oh, to tell. Oh, I see. So to bash people who have a certain belief.
To bash, you said?
Yeah, to bash people.
No, to prove points using logic and science.
Go on then. Go on,
no.
Hold on, Anthony. So what points have you got? What points have you got to prove? Prove one of them. Make a claim then. Because you're saying you're not here to prove a ball.
Right, I see. Let's say I'm indirectly, to be honest, I'm indirectly proving there's a ball.
No.
Completely.
What do you mean indirectly?
Because it's another possibility. If I prove the Earth isn't flat, then it being a ball is a possibility.
Sorry. What the hell does that mean? So you're here to disprove the assertion that it's flat?
That's it.
Well, it's obviously and observably flat. There's pictures scrolling by continually showing how flat it is. It's measurably, obviously, and observably flat from every perspective, according to every one of the priests of heliocentrism. What are you talking about?
On a human scale, it is flat.
So you're here to disprove that statement that you just made. Are you stupid?
Absolutely not. No,
You've just said. Sorry, do you want to repeat your statement?
Scales here.
So, sorry, from our vantage point, it's flat.
Yeah, from at a human
well, that's
scale,
a fail.
Well,
that's a fail. That's a fail.
Everything.
That's a fail then, isn't it? That's our starting point. It's obviously and observably flat. That's the starting point. So you want to disprove the starting point? Okay, go ahead.
No, just like I'm saying, be it on a globe model.
Hold on. What are you talking about? You just said you were here to disprove flatness. Now you are straight away saying be it on a globe model. No. You've said, shut up. You've said you've come here to disprove the assertion of the bloody obvious. Do that. I don't want to hear about a globe. You're apparently not here for that. So I don't want to hear another word about globes. You disprove the bloody obviously observable, which is that it's flat, which you've already declared as the case.
Right.
Well, go on then.
Okay. I'm just trying to understand what you're positioning.
You, not me. You're here to disprove the bloody obvious. So off you go.
Yeah, except if I can't grasp your arguments completely, then I can't debunk them. You see,
you're not debunking anything. You're here to disprove the bloody obvious, which you've already asserted is the case. So, like we've asked loads of times, why are you here exactly? Well, you've said, I'm here to disprove it's flat. Okay, then. Go on.
What evidence have you got?
Right. It's the same point again. It's the sun going over the horizon.
Sorry, circle jerk asshole. Shut up. Shut up. We've covered this. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Don't circle jerk. Don't circle jerk us. We already covered this. Did you not listen the first time we covered this? Look, the sun that we see in the sky is over there, not over here. It moved away from us. It's visually obvious what's going on. It moved away. It's no longer here, therefore dark. It is over there, therefore light. We covered this. Yeah. This is the second time. Shut up! Stop talking. It's your last chance, you ignorant little sod. Right. We already covered this. Why are you covering it again? Is this the only crap argument you have?
Yeah, it is, but listen.
So shut up or sod off. Either come up with something else. Don't circle jerk me around in my own show. If you've got nothing else, sod off. Don't give me the same crap thing I've already taken apart twice.
Okay. Let me say something against that. Things that move away, we agree, get smaller because of perspective. You said
no! Stop! Who was it that put the Rob Skiba demonstration up?
It was Paul. I'm here.
Did you not watch the visual demonstration of precisely that? This will be the second time we've covered that too. Are you stupid? Are you deaf? Are you blind? I'm asking you questions. Answer me these three questions. Number one, are you stupid? Do you have a retardation of your cognition?
No.
Are you deaf?
No.
Are you blind?
No.
What part of what Paul put on screen didn't you see, hear, or understand? You're saying it the second time.
Right, I understood it.
So shut up about it!
Saw it.
Don't circle jerk us then, you stupid dick. So, correct again. You are a dick.
Is that a question?
No, it's a statement of fact. You are a dick. That's the second time.
Right. If you're not letting me speak...
I am. You've confirmed. You've gone through the same damn thing twice. With the sun, as an example. I've pulled it to pieces. Then, when I point out that it's the second... Now you're talking again. When I point out it's the second time I've had to explain, it's over there, not over here. That's why it's dark here, not there. Yeah? Then you go to, well, it should change size, and you've had a visual example of it not doing that.
Can I say something against that? Yes? No?
Do it.
Right. As we could see in the video, when the sun was put under a magnifying glass, it was distorted. It was blurred. And everything around was even more blurred. Now,
sorry, do you want to just tell me what you see on screen now?
The sun.
Is it...
Clouds around
stop. What shape is it? Is it a perfect sphere?
It's behind the clouds.
Oh, really? So, what kind of
light.
word would you use to describe the shape of it?
Sorry, what?
What word would you describe the shape? Would you call it, for example...
The sun here.
Would you call it distorted?
It's distorted by the...
Oh, that shits all over your argument, Sunshine. Doesn't it?
No, because we're not observing...
Sorry, you said it should be distorted. You said it should be distorted. How would you describe that actual sun on screen again? Distorted? Oh, right. So should we move on past this other crap point?
No, because it's not being distorted by...
Oh, it's not being distorted. Hands up on the panel who sees a perfectly circled sun.
Have you already looked
Hands, shut up. Taking a vote. It's not always your turn to speak, Sunshine. Understand how the conversation moves quickly. Hands up on the panel who sees a perfectly circular sun. I guess it must be distorted. Anything else, Dick? So, moving on in the housekeeping, 45 minutes into the show. Any evidence that we can have a gas pressure without a container?
Nope.
The gas would fill the space.
Wiggles 2019. No evidence of space. Anybody on the panel believe space is real? No believers in space. Isn't that lovely? Let's hope it doesn't get used as evidence. Where photos can come from. Ever again. What about evidence of the R value? Anybody got any of that?
Nah.
Nope.
Any evidence of a molten iron core at the centre of that presupposed spherical Earth?
Nope.
Where's Paul Voigt when you need him?
Nope.
Man, you're very quiet.
There's no evidence of any of this crap.
Gravity. Any scientific evidence of gravity?
Nope.
Scientific evidence of what?
Scientific evidence of gravity.
Nope.
Why is it that whenever I want to rattle through the housekeeping really quickly at the beginning of the show with just Anthony on, It ends up the one question gets dragged out for about 45 minutes. Although, technically, somebody could come along and put some quotes around what we've said. Because when that question gets asked again, how far is the distance to the sun? And someone's going to put quotes around me, something like, it's over there. There it is, over there. Over in that light bit. Not over here anymore, that's how far. I think we've done all the housekeeping questions.
Wait, you forgot the R.
No, I did ask her. I asked that before the molten iron core question. I think we've covered all of it. Scientific evidence, gravity, molten iron core, distance to the sun, curvature.
Axial rotation.
No, that was covered. That was the first thing that our friend, our new buddy, covered when he came in. Anthony thrashed it out with him.
I think you need to add a new one.
Oh, yeah.
How do you maintain liquid on a spinning object? Like scientific proof of that.
Then you're already assuming
that wouldn't fall under gravity.
I'm going to say that gives them, that begs the question twice for them, doesn't it? Yep. It assumes R and it assumes that you've got a spinning ball. Why ask them to prove that? Because if they can prove that, then what? You're going to accept that you can have water on the side of an Earth in space that's a vacuum?
True. That's true. It was just a fun question, fun thought.
No, it's fair enough. It's often I don't mean to be derogatory. I'm sorry. It's just one of those that the housekeeping questions have been born out of about what I'm going to call it a year of solid debate, and you figure out along that journey which questions are basically undebunkable. And I say questions because they're not claims, which is why we have the privileged position of absolutely slaughtering globeheads on a regular basis. Even the ones that don't want to commit to their globe model and actually attack the position and assertion that the Earth is obviously and observably flat.
I guess you could possibly change Paul's point to a question, is there any evidence that water can conform to the exterior of a shape while it is spinning?
Oh, dangerously close to paraphrasing Dell, though. That's pretty much exactly verbatim what he says, isn't it?
I was just trying to give a different spin on. See what
a different spin. Boom, boom.
Actually,
yeah, I mean, to be honest, though, there's nothing wrong with paraphrasing that or getting close to what his point is valid.
I absolutely agree.
But let's quote him.
Water at rest is always flat.
I actually posted a question on Facebook a while back, and I said, how does the Nile flow against centrifugal force? Because it's flowing, from basically the equator north. So literally, it's having to flow against centrifugal force. And why does the Mississippi not faster at the mouth because it's flowing with centrifugal force? How do you explain that? Because technically, that's what's happening.
It's a extended plane, and it's just flowing a bit downhill.
Oh, well, it's flat Earth, so yeah. But according to the heliocentric model,
it's not suffering any effects of inertia because it's just trickling down an extended plane, slightly downhill.
Yeah.
But that's a good question, isn't it? Because the globals, they don't really try to answer that. Like, technically, if something is flowing south, right, towards the equator, that would literally be uphill. So things flow downwards uphill. That's stupid. But then, yeah, gravity. So.
Yeah, but we cover that in housekeeping. There's no scientific evidence of gravity. I had, hello. Hello. So I asked Negator XX against the wall with this the other day in one of the chat rooms, and he was basically saying gravity's a law. And then you look up Newton's law of gravitation, and it basically says that objects of mass attract one another. That's the long and short of it. You go, well, a law is something that holds true always, that you observe always, that will always occur, regardless of the circumstances. Obviously, you can put a cup of coffee down, and you can watch the transfer of heat to cold. That will always happen. I'm never going to put my cup of coffee down, come back and find that it's boiling, and all of the cold from the air has transferred into heat into the coffee. That's never going to happen. So it's something that you can observe always, a natural law, a law of nature. So my response to Neg is, show me gravity. Show me objects of mass always attracting one another. And the answer to that is they can't. In fact, there is no instance ever of this occurring. And if they try and get tricky with you, they'll say, well, the Earth is an object of mass and this leaf falling towards it, like, defeated quickly with a helium balloon, right?
Well, it gets worse than that. Conspiracy Cat's had a sideways jab at me recently, but I asked him if we have gravity, right? We should be able to get a container, fill it with a gas, put a lid on it, but keep pumping a little bit more in so that there's a pressure disequilibrium. Take the lid off, and then gravity should hold in the gas. But we know what will happen because it'll just go pop. It won't do a lot of pop because there won't be much of a disequilibrium. But as long as if you got 14.7 around you, if you just put 14.8 inside the chamber, and then took the lid off, what's going to happen to that gas pressure? Even with gravity underneath pulling it down, gas
would fill the space. Without the container,
Correct.
There is no pressure. Without the balloon, there is no pressure. I mean, yeah,
Right.
Jaron, shout out to him, had exactly that statement that you made just then on Monday Night Raw, which insomniac that I am, I stayed up for, so it's about 2 o'clock in the morning here. But nonetheless, I listened to it all because it was great. And he gave me lots of shout outs. That's not why I thought it was great, by the way. He had Stinky Cash on. And I like Stinky Cash. Even though he's a dick, which he is. But I like Stinky Cash. So, yeah. Anyway, they were chatting away with Stinky Cash, and he's making the point about a gas pressure inside a vacuum, inside another cylinder. So you've got a vacuum chamber with another container inside it that's got gas inside it. And if you were to just open the lid a little bit, just a tiny little bit, right? If you're close enough to the Earth, you've got huge amounts of gravity. And as you put it, Anthony, we're not talking about the differential of gas on Earth compared to 10 to the minus 17 torr of space. No. Just a tiny differential. Yeah? And even if you open the lid a tiny amount, the gas fills the space. So, you know, Jaron was going through it yesterday and explaining it. I was like, yeah, exactly, Jaron. You can't open just a little bit of the lid and not affect the entropy that does take place instantly. What's happening is those molecules inside the chamber are trying to press against the lid. And when you open the lid, instead of pressing against the lid and bouncing back into the chamber, they go out through the lid. That's what happens, right? That's entropy. Anyway.
And we know what doesn't happen as well. It's like, well, we have the gravity and it should keep the pressure inside the container, right? Won't do it. The minute you've got a disequilibrium, the minute you remove the lid, it's just going to equalize immediately. So how can we have a gas pressure in space? Oh, well, it's a gradient, Roy. Yeah, it might be a gradient, but how do you have it in the first place? Forget the fact that there's a gradient that's going to equilibralize immediately. How do you have it in the first place without the container that's in your hand?
Excuse me.
Indeed.
Yes.
Yeah. Could we get back to
The sun?
the sun being distorted, please?
If you like. What's
So
your
what's
claim?
the cause of the sun being distorted?
Right. You were saying the sun looked distorted. That was because of the clouds. Because of the clouds diffracting the light.
Lovely story. So what?
Those
Right,
clouds
so-
would happen to be in the atmosphere, right?
Oh, hold on a
If you
second
look-
then. We got
Wait a
another
minute.
sun on screen now, right? Yeah? And there's a cloud in front of it. Yeah?
Yeah.
But there's no clouds behind it.
Yeah.
But it's not perfectly circle, is it?
It's
Like, a
close to
perfect
the
semicircle.
horizon, which you know, next to which there's distortion.
Hold on.
You know,
Hold on.
horizon
What did you?
causes
I didn't catch the
distortion.
last bit. Say that again. Sorry.
Yeah, the horizon causes distortion.
Really? Why?
We've noticed that many times.
No. Why?
Why? For
You're making that
atmospheric
claim.
reasons, which I'm not certain of. I'm not an expert.
So we're back to who cares then. So we do have distortion,
Right.
and there's various things that can cause it at the horizon, in the sky. There's all sorts of different things that can cause distortion.
Have you already looked directly at the sun with eclipse glasses?
Yeah, many times.
Yeah. And when you look at it that way, it's perfectly circular, isn't it?
No.
Pretty much. Depends. There could be a cloud in the way.
Yeah, okay,
What's your
but when
point?
nothing in front of it, and there's just the sun.
Well, that's a
it's
stipulation.
perfectly
That's so your statement does not hold true. There are circumstances where that is not the case then. Like now, if I looked at the sun now, so to use your example, I go out, put my eclipse spectacles on, or welding mask, look at the sun. Actually, I'd just do it with a pair of sunglasses, I don't care. And do I get a perfect circle now?
Right. Listen, Nathan, do me a favour. Go on mute a minute. Couple of questions.
Okay.
So, what is your issue with the sun? Is it that the sun sets and appears to go behind the horizon? Is that your point?
Yeah.
Right. What's the cause for that?
Let's say, well, I accept the reason of the Earth spinning without having any proof for it.
So I'm happy that you believe that it's Earth spin, right?
Yeah.
You're going to ask me for my model or my explanation, and I don't have one. I see a phenomena, and I'm looking for what the cause is, and I'm told by science that it's Earth spin. So if it is Earth spin by science, and I agree with you that basically there is no evidence. I know you didn't make that point specifically, but there isn't any evidence that proves that Earth spins. Then what's causing the sunset? So if it's either Earth spin, but there's no evidence for it, then it means that it must be something else. Now, what that something else might be, I'm just a bloke in a house, and I'm not equipped with enough evidence or enough experience or knowledge or wisdom to be able to explain it. But I'm not expected to explain it. I'm just trying to find out what the cause is. If there's no evidence for the cause, yeah, you can believe it if you want. I don't tend to believe it, but we're told by science that it's Earth spin, but there isn't any evidence for Earth spin.
Well,
The bigger problem is that you can't prove that Earth's spinning to have your belief unless you just ignore it and then believe it willy-nilly and naively. That's fine. But it's not fair for you to challenge me on what you think I should redefine science as when your own science can't prove the basics to be true.
And with that, I'm going to say farewell, for the time being at least, to the live audience. So I'll say first and foremost a huge, massive, enormous thank you to all of the live audience in the Flat Earth Debate live channel for tuning in and hopefully sharing this debate. And of course, a massive thank you to all of the debating panel for making this debate possible. Be sure to like, comment, share and subscribe. I've been Nathan Oakley, and I'll see you all in the next video.
Oh, what a day! What a lovely day!